But first, I want to acknowledge celebrities in this room, obviously, even though appearing on the Time magazine for an article that could have been better managed. And that's why I invited my PS for information as well, and our information team, because yes, information is power, and how we put that message out to the public is very important in our work. I am so happy to meet each of you. And I want to say to Shamima, when I was in the Ministry for Women and we worked together, this is my first time here to this safe shelter. It's a beautiful building, which she worked very hard for, where when I was minister, we worked together on some of our victims of violence who have been housed here, even children, to be protected here for weeks, away from even their own families, where they were scared of family members, so they could be moved from there and to be here in this lovely home. We already feel the spirit of this home. It feels like a safe space already. Thank you, Shamima, for your hard work. Thank you for having this and having us here gathered in your home. I want to acknowledge the very hard work that Amitesh has done for years. Yes, when I was Minister for Women, he did reach out, and I owe him a big apology, because I think at the time when he did, even I was new to government and to the ministry, and just even discovering the role itself. But he had already been trying to advocate at that time for each of you. And he wouldn't back down, and he insisted. And I believe that kind of drive and that kind of leadership must be acknowledged today, to where it has reached today, and the visibility of the work, the important work that he and the team have done to get to today. When the announcement was made by the Honorable Speaker on Monday about the VAKA Forum, even I was taken a bit by surprise, because it's not very often that the Speaker or even members of Parliament or even government to say this particular forum is important enough to attend, or this particular forum. So when this was announced in Parliament, it's quite rare. I think it should be done more often, where MPs are given the opportunity to come together to hear what you have to say directly. And for this opportunity to arise, I was very, very grateful to the Speaker for hearing our plea that this was not a Pacific Recycling Foundation forum. The VAKA Forum is not just about an organization or two, it's about you. It's about what you are doing on the grassroots level and in the community in a very, very important initiative and platform that needs its own visibility. It needs to be raised out of obscurity into the light. I mean, literally, there are times you work in darkness, and darkness meaning it's dirty work, it's work that's unseen and invisible many times. But it's time to bring that to light. And it's time that we as decision makers and policy makers are held to account. What are we going to do about it? Because the vision is not just about what you do or we do. It's about our country, our beautiful country. It's about our environment. It's about our people. It's about our human relations and living together every day, and how we make that Fiji a cleaner, a safer, a more secure and environment, and a more secure Fiji for our children and for our grandchildren. That's the kind of vision we have. I actually had a speech prepared, so I should probably go to it, because there are details in this. As I'm new to the ministry, please bear with me that I need to outline some of it. So thank you so much. Like I stated, the collection pillars of recycling. I love that name that you've come up with. In fact, I've never seen the name pillars used to describe human beings as pillars. It's often pillars in policies or pillars in ideas and thoughts, but not necessarily describing people. And I think of the scriptures. I think in the Bible, in the Old Testament, when God appeared to the Israelites, he was described as a pillar of light in the day and a pillar of fire at night. So that's describing even God. And so it just that name just came to me. So thank you for capturing that, even for me, thinking about that you are pillars, and you are who we need to look up to as the pillars of strength in what the work that you are doing so importantly. You are the ones that deal. I mean, we sit in rooms, we go to meetings, and we talk about big stuff. We have scientists, as Amitesh said, there are a lot of talk, a lot of policies, a lot of decisions you make. But what about implementing? That's where this is what you do. You are the most important piece of the work that we do. You are the most important piece, and you are the pillars, and it is the words that describe you very well. So thank you. You quietly recover value from what we throw away, from what society throws away. But you recover value from it. And I think that does take pillars of strength to do that. There's something powerful about the work you do. There's collection, pillars of recycling. Again, where people see rubbish, the moment you throw it in the bin, it's out of sight, it's out of mind. But that's not for you, that's where you pick up. You're not only recycling materials, you're also redefining its value. For many years, as I mentioned, the recycling conversations has happened, and even me coming into the ministry, we have, with great credit to the previous minister, who even coming into a new ministry setup, finally a separate standalone ministry for environment and climate change. It's only happened just over a year ago. It was under the Prime Minister, but now to be a standalone ministry with its own minister and its own budget is our little steps to show commitment in the right direction. And then, of course, me coming in and the previous minister who has tried his best to keep up with all the meetings that have happened, then me coming in and I sat with the team and listened to all the work that is being done. I was just overwhelmed, even alone, thinking of what my staff have been doing, keeping up with the amount of work that is in this space. But then for me, it was like, okay, what are we doing? What are our local initiatives? Oh, we are doing local initiatives. Why hasn't this been highlighted? Why hasn't this been shared with the public? Or we just do the work and we go into the next thing. It is important to highlight it. That was my message to the staff. We need to highlight this, and I'm fortunate to have the Ministry of Information as well to be able to highlight these local initiatives, because highlighting it and bringing it out of obscurity or out of darkness into light will inspire others. And that's what you are doing here today. You are here to inspire the rest of Fiji to do the needful. So you are inspiring us as well, holding us to account by being here, coming so far as Lambasa and Tarini, Notoka, Tosnavua, and Nosori and Lami to be here today. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I want to, as I've mentioned, I acknowledge the leadership of Amitesh, who has been doing this work over 3 decades. And Shamima, of course, has been doing it way longer than that. Nothing to do with her age, just her passion. She inspires me, because I hope that I will still have this kind of passion for many more years to come, like the way that she does. So she inspires me as well. And I thank both of you for the opening of this forum today with you. This is the right order to start with you, actually. Usually it's usually be all the ministers, the MPs, the big cocktails and fancy things, but today it started with you. And I'm thankful for that vision. Thank you for this very intimate space, and just to meet you face to face and acknowledge you and thank you. I mentioned about the partnership with the Fiji Women's Crisis Center under Shamima Ali. This woman never fails to amaze me. I see the fit now with recycling and the work of recycling in terms of the amount of women and of course the LGBTQ community that are involved, and just the vulnerable, most vulnerable that are involved in this work, very important work. And it would have been a no-brainer for Shamima to just pick it up and take this on and give you that platform and visibility that maybe some of us took a while longer to do so, even government. And I want to acknowledge and thank her for that. Of course, going across the Pacific, great job. 7 countries, we want to get to 13 countries. More than halfway there, 13, 14 countries across the Pacific, hopefully including Australia and New Zealand. We have our diaspora there. We have our Pacific Islanders there as well, who are greatly represented, that they can also be perhaps come on board as well. But thank you for your hard work in moving across the Pacific. When we talk about the Blue Pacific, we talk about climate change, we talk about the environment on the Pacific platform. Fiji is supposed to be the leader, is seen as a leader. Championing this as well is a good fit. It absolutely is important in the work that we do. And so I'm very grateful to be invited and to be here. For the months and years ahead, U.S. Collection Pillars of Recycling will have the opportunity to join this movement that you'll be forming, this alliance, from across Fiji and hopefully from across the Pacific. I am very fortunate for the month of April to be invited to go to Japan to learn about the circular economy. Again, something that I only went once to an event in Australia as a Minister for Women, and to have the I've never been to Japan, so this would be my first time, but to see how even they, as a first world country, are doing circular economy. And even how countries like China and India, countries that have villages and have informal communities that are not within municipalities and councils, that are doing the circular economy as well as the councils hopefully will do it. But this is what you are already doing. Recycle, reuse, repurpose, anything, just not to dispose of and forget about it, but it's like the circle of life. It comes around again. Even we are subject to the circular economy as human beings. As we pass on, we are recycled as well in the earth. And a plant grows, gives oxygen, gives life. So we are also subject to that as human beings in this planet Earth. But there is a lesson for us here, that the environment protection is not driven just by policies or strategies. It's a lesson for us. It is driven by people like you. It's driven by people. And just to, I thank the PS for just sending me a note to remind me that as a commitment from our ministry, we will be sourcing protective gear for you as CPRs. That's right. Yes, we will be supplying protective gear for you in the line of work that you do. So because you do need to be protected, it is about workers. It is about your safety and dignity and protection in the workplace. So we will be partnering with you to source and supply your protective gear. That's our commitment from our ministry. For now, there's a lot more work that we have to do together. I also have asked our staff to look at doing a program in our schools. I know that you're already engaging schools in terms of the Clean Schools program. Recycling on the go. So it's something we need to work together to see how we can complement each other. And we as a ministry, though we've been trying to do catch up in our work in terms of catching up with other laws that need to be changed, having stricter laws on littering, making heavier penalties, criminalizing businesses for dumping, illegal dumping. You saw that one, the fish that was dumped on the wayside by a company. And of course, the traditional landowners took it upon themselves to just go out there after the driver got him to put it back in the bags and dispose properly. But that's driven by the community. And you represent a community that you come from. And what better way to spread information and to educate our people than through our own examples. And that's what you are doing. You are an example to your communities as well. So claim that leadership in your own communities and what you're doing. And like you've mentioned, Amitesh, the work that people often see as dirty and, and left on the wayside is actually what is a necessary component of our existence and our wellness and the welfare of our people, is how we handle what people discard and what people dispose, and how you deal with it. And you need to be protected as well and looked after. And so we are very happy to play a small part at this time, but again, months and years to come, we look forward to that partnership with the Alliance, of course, with the important work that Shamima does, and Fiji Women's Crisis Center, to not just be there reactively, but be proactively there for you. And I thank you for that leadership. And Amitesh, please do accept my apology. And I thank you for this moment moving forward, that we can actually find ways to work together.
Thank you for being here.
In the not just the environment space, but saving this planet and making it beautiful for not just for us, but for our children and for generations to come. So on that note, and have a blessed VAKA Forum, and we look forward to seeing you again on Monday.